fabulous people. Okay, tell us your name, please.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Martin.
Stephanie, and who's the story about?
And the story is about myself and my son, Zach.
So we'll start with you. The injury starts with you, right?
Okay, it does. My story begins with me. It begins in the early 80s after I graduated from nursing school. I was a healthcare worker freshly out of school, and the hepatitis B vaccine series came out for healthcare workers and was highly recommended. So we all took it. Unfortunately, I developed allergies right after that. So I began with a latex allergy really months after I received the vaccine. I had no prior allergies whatsoever. And then my allergies began to increase every year, and this is 30 years ago, and to this day I have massive chronic allergy disorder. I was diagnosed in 2019 with mast cell activation syndrome.
And tell us what that is.
So mast cell activation syndrome is a syndrome where your body's kind of attacking itself. So it doesn't recognize food as good for me, so it wants to react to it. It's like a danger response. So for example, if I try to eat raw vegetables or meat or any fruit, I react. So I get very weak, I break out in whelps, I wheeze, I'm very sick. I also have exercise intolerance because of mast cell. I have a heat intolerance. I'm allergic to really weird things like ocean water and horses, which I grew up loving because I'm from Kentucky. And just a lot of, just pretty much all, fruits and vegetables and nuts and trees, environmental things, lots of animals. So it's limited my lifestyle drastically to where I'm limited to where I go and what I do. So, but to this day, my food allergies have been so significant that I'm unable to eat foods I need. So today, I have 6 foods I eat. I've eaten these 6 foods for the last 3 years because I keep reacting and keep getting new allergies. So I'm eating boiled chicken, rice, potatoes, Pringles, Grahams, and water. That's all I've had for the last 3 years. I've been to functional. Yes, I can't. I keep reacting, and I have GI disturbances. And I've been to lots of doctors over the years: rheumatologists, immunologists, allergists. I've been to functional medicine resources, and they just say I'm too chronic. There's no treatment for me to take antihistamines. They want to load me up with medicines, but Benadryl and things like that.
So
but
say it again. So you can eat chicken.
I can eat boiled chicken, rice, potatoes, Pringles, and Grahams, and water. That's all I've had in the last 3 years. It's really weird, but it's satisfying because it's a crunch and it's salt. I need something. Everything I try, I have had pasta in the past, but it just every year something new comes, and I just have to take it away. So their only advice is avoidance. That's all, just avoid. And so I'm avoiding, and it's just, my food options are just declining as I get older. So even cutting carrots, I get whelps on my hands just cutting them and not even eating them. There's a lot of folks out there that have mast cell activation syndrome, and people don't know what that is. Physicians don't know what that is. But in 2019, I was bit by a tick and developed alpha-gal, so that spun me into a spiral even with my mast cell. So I also gained a mammalian allergy, so meat and dairy, which has also impacted my life significantly.
How did you know you were bitten by a tick?
It was on my scalp.
You saw it. And
I saw it. And I was lucky it was a godsend that I was Googling, allergist, and I ran into Dr. Scott Commons of UNC. And he was a leading expert in alpha-gal, and I had tested positive for alpha-gal. And I went to North Carolina, I saw him, I still see him, and he's also doing research. He sees patients once a week, and he researches the rest of the week, and he's trying to find a cure and treatment, which doesn't exist to this day. So either mast cell or alpha-gal, I have both, and there's no real treatment and no real cure for that. But the story for me extends into my family. So I have a son who's now 24, who was born in 1999, and in the hospital, it was normal birth, normal delivery, normal pregnancy, and he, second day of birth, and of course he had the vitamin K, he had hepatitis B, had the normal vaccines. I was still pro-vaccine. Of course, in the 90s, we didn't know anything at that time. Even in the medical field, it wasn't understood at that time. Even though I questioned hepatitis B in the.
Because you're a nurse.
Yeah, I'm a nurse. Why does my child need hepatitis B? I'm not a drug user. There was no indication for that. And the first day he was fine, he was healthy. Second day they brought him into my room and he wasn't the same. He was having periods of sleep apnea. He was restless. He wasn't feeding well. He had reflux. He was screaming. He just wasn't the same child. And my gut instinct told me something was wrong. And so I did alert the nurse and they just dismissed it. We go home and then our life's been a roller coaster ride ever since. So he's developmentally delayed, so he has an intellectual disability. At 24, that's where he is. He has ADHD. He's had all these neurological events throughout his life. Amblyopia, which is a vision issue where your brain doesn't recognize one of your eyes, so one eye's stronger. They call it lazy eye. But all these are neurological disorders. I mean, he's had night terrors where they wake up. So first 5 years of his life, an hour after he went to sleep, he would wake up screaming bloody murder, arching his back. You couldn't talk to him. You couldn't console him. So that was for 5 years every night.
Now, how many shots did he get? When did you stop?
He's had 23 shots by the age of 5. And the last one was in 2011.
And that's what actually made you think, okay, I'm done?
Yes. He's never had the COVID shot. I didn't know they were giving him influenza. They didn't disclose all of these. The pediatrician, sorry. Yeah, so no one knew. So I was bringing all these issues up to our pediatrician, but never thought of vaccines at the time. I didn't connect the dots. It was much years later. I've been searching and researching for 24 years, and it's just been the last 10 years that I realized that vaccine is probably the culprit. But in the last 2 years, I know in my heart that's what it is, and it's because of you all. I've been following you guys for years now, and I know that, this is the problem. But he'll never live on his own. He'll never be independent. He will need someone to care for him for the rest of his life. So, and he is here today. He's just too shy to speak.
Okay.
So, yeah. But that's my story.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I just want to tell you, looking at the bus and seeing all those signatures makes you feel like you're not alone. I felt alone for 30 years, and I'm not alone. So thank you.
You're definitely not alone.
Yeah.